Tonight on All Systems Go, what will movies look like after COVID? Find out which of your favorite things we can't stand. Plus, there's an imposter among us. Oh yeah, it's on. Welcome to All Systems Go on TV2. I'm Kayla Earnhardt, your host for tonight. Since Disney seems to own the world, that seems like a good place to start for this week's news. Disney has announced that its 2019 live-action remake of The Lion King, which raked in over $1 billion at the box office, is getting a sequel. Set to direct is none other than Barry Jenkins, the Oscar-winning director of 2016's Moonlight. The plot has not been released yet, but this new film is rumored to be a prequel following Mufasa's origins. We turn now to Darian Bolin, the only person in the ASG cast to have watched the new Mulan, even while still hating Disney. Darian, have people finally learned their lessons with these movies?
No, they never do, and they never will. They're not going to start now. This
Never.
movie made $1 billion. They had their chance to learn their lesson. They have not. But you know what? I'm glad that Barry Jenkins is getting that Disney money. He definitely deserves it. He's been putting out nothing but great work his whole career. I'm excited to see where this opportunity leads him in the future. But I do think that he's capable of so much more than just doing Disney movies.
Do you think we'll get actual Broadway music singers or just more celebrities?
I think there's going to be more marketable celebrities. I think that's the reason why Beyonce was in there, because they just need names on the poster to get people in the seats, and it worked because they made $1 billion.
All right, thank you. Now get your father on that phone and tell him the Rangers are back, baby! At Hasbro's PulseCon, fan witness an exclusive trailer for Power Rangers Dino Fury. A new season packed with bigger baddies, stronger Rangers, and dino-sized Zords and Megazords. Plus, the original Red Ranger himself, Austin St. John, appeared on the screen to reprise his role as Jason Lee Scott. But we would be remiss if we talked about Power Rangers without checking in on our very own superfan, Kyle Eads. Kyle?
Yeah, so Dino Fury will take place after the events of the previous season, Beast Morphers. It will again appear on Nickelodeon early 2021. The fans are already excited. We got a look at some of the Rangers that were already announced. That is up. There also are new toy lines coming out to go along with this season that are re-releases of previous Rangers. And we don't know yet where this is going to be in the timeline, but fans are already very excited about any potential that could come out of Dino Fury. It's a very exciting time to be a Power Rangers fan right now.
CD Projekt Red, developers of Witcher Trilogy and the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077, have implemented mandatory 6-day work weeks in the final push to finish Cyberpunk. This is despite promising there would be no crunch on the team. Studio head Adam Badowski said on Twitter all employees understand the need for the crunch and they will be compensated for their overtime. He also said 10% of the profits generated by the studio in 2020 will be split among the employees. Now, Corey, does this news hurt any of the trust people had for CD Projekt?
It goes both ways. On one hand, they never really ruled a crunch out. They just said they didn't really want to and would make it optional. Plus, they're being really transparent about the whole thing and they're compensating their workers well. Mm-hmm. But on the other, it does go against what they said before, and that's not really Gucci. My question, though, like this crunch, they've listed both of the delays as playtesting and bug fixing. So why don't they just delay the game again? Third time's the charm.
That's what we're all wondering. When we come back, find out all about the popular stuff we hate. It's the opposite of a guilty pleasure. What's even the name for that? Enjoyable distaste? Lovely hatred? Whatever you want to call it, you can see it when ASG returns.
we get strawberries? Okay. We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
2 great roguelike games released in September, Hades and Spelunky 2. Which one is worth draining your valuable time? Here's Jeremy with the info you need.
Roguelikes are very popular right now. You probably have your favorite, like... Well, this month 2 excellent games in the genre have hit digital shelves. Spelunky 2 by Mossmouth and Hades by Supergiant Games. If you can only get one, which should it be? Let me do a breakdown and you can see which one is right for you. Roguelikes are games with randomly generated environments you're meant to run through many times. As the genre got more removed from the original Rogue, character progression became a big thing. This is the approach that Hades takes. Not only do you get power-ups from the Greek gods during your run, but afterwards you can give your characters stat and weapon improvements. That's gonna make subsequent runs easier. But just as worthwhile are the morsels of story dished out between runs. I wasn't sure how Supergiant's trademark narrative focus would apply to this type of game, but it works wonders. These characters are a lot of fun, and they never run out of stuff to say. So even after a run ends in crushing defeat, there's still a lot to look forward to. In contrast, Spelunky 2's biggest source of progression is knowledge. The farther you get into the depths, the more everything wants to kill you. You're gonna die many, many times, and it's often gonna be hilarious. Safety is never guaranteed, so you have to learn what each of the mini puzzle pieces do, and how to deal with them at a moment's notice. This means that progress is often invisible, but building that muscle memory is satisfying in its own right. Those who do master the game will get a deeper experience. You're not boosting your build stats, but you're getting the bare essentials so down that you know exactly what's going to happen in any situation. There are so many things I see every run, and I have no idea what they do. Like, what's this sword about? I don't know what this sword does. Spelunky 2 is designed from the ground up to be packed with secrets to discover and swap on the playground. If that sounds exciting for you, pick it up. To choose one though, I would say that Hades is the surer bet. The many systems and playstyles will appeal to the sensibilities of the modern gamer. The visuals and music are on another level. I mean, this guy looks really cool. And there are so many variables in action that, honestly, no 2 runs feel the same. Not to mention the combat is really solid, frenetic yet manageable. It's my favorite of the studio's work so far. Listen, both of these games are fantastic and well worth the purchase. But I'm gonna tell ya, Hades is a must-play. Alright, everything is going great. Oh!
Last week, we here at ASG showed you our guilty pleasures. Now, it's time for the opposite. We're going to tell you about popular things that we hate. Get ready to disagree.
Since I talked about a movie last week, I'm going to talk about a game this time. I don't like Assassin's Creed 4. From what I can tell, everyone loved 4 1,000 times better than 3. This is where Ubisoft really started listening to their fans. Except for me, apparently. There's just too much sailing in this game. I enjoyed the sailing in 3, but I never asked for an entire game about sailing. That's not what an Assassin's Creed game is to me. I dropped the game after playing for about an hour.
This wretched man goes by the name of Jim Halpert. He's from The Office. The reasons I hate Jim are including, but not limited to, kissing Pam after she turns him down, making Karen move to Scranton, tells her he's never liked Pam, which is a lie, and then tells her not to live close to him, refusing to dress up for Halloween, and the worst one, making Pam cry constantly. In conclusion, I hate Jim Halpert, and you should too.
When I was a boy, I remember my mom turning off the TV and we would take turns reading the first Harry Potter book out loud, and I loved it. I look back on those memories fondly. But dear God, did this franchise drop off hard, and for 2 detrimental reasons. 1, longevity. It was making too much money to stop when they should have, so they stretched the story out until it was garbage, and this left a lot of fans upset and disappointed. Number 2, the fan base. My interest in the WizKid disappeared as I watched grown adults lose their rational sanity over these stories, losing all integrity just like JK did when she started changing the canon. And that's why I hate Harry Potter.
Let's see. Things that are popular that I hate. Well, let's look at my list, shall we? Let's see. Chocolate chip cookies. Fun. The TV show Seinfeld. The TV show Friends. TV show Frasier, mint flavored anything, the 2016 Chicago Cubs baseball team. I think that's enough for now. There are a lot of things that I hate, but those are just my personal favorites.
So, Dark Souls is famous for its interconnected level design, but honestly, it's kinda whack. Since each area connects like 5 more with no teleporting for half the game, most areas have to be playable forwards and backwards. This leads to weird enemy placement. Later areas like Anne Orlando benefit greatly from your new teleport ability, but the trudge to get there isn't Gucci. Not iconic.
After the break, we look at the post-pandemic future of media on comment section. Don't throw your TV in the dumpster just yet. All Systems Go will be right back.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore. And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn on the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Finally won. What's your reaction? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
This is their world. There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome to this episode of ASG, sponsored by Sparkosoft.com.
I don't have money.
Sparkosoft, for all your camera needs. So, we're having a discussion today. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's not a lot being released in theaters right now. There's like Tenet, Unhinged, and I think that's it, honestly. I can't think of anything else that's released right now. This is definitely what many would consider to be an entertainment drought. So, imagine on January 21st, everything is back to normal. How will audiences adapt to having a year of almost no theaters and suddenly having theaters back open again with actual movies playing in them?
I think they're gonna probably watch more than one movie at a time. Normally when you go and hang out with your friends, you just watch one movie. But since there's like been a drought, they're just like, okay, well let's just watch like, I don't know, like A Quiet Place. Let's watch like a Batman or whatever else got pushed off.
I honestly think theater experience as we know it is dead. I don't think anyone's going to want to sit in a crowded, dusty, gross, because theaters are already gross enough as it is because they're never cleaned enough.
Yes.
I think a lot of big budget movies will go to service streaming, maybe an upcharge. I know we don't like it now, but no one likes change when it first appears. I mean, we know this model is successful. We saw it with Trolls World Tour. That did pretty well, considering no one was going to see that when it was in theaters.
Yes, no, I agree. I agree with many of statements that you just made, except for the fact that the movie-going experience will not be going away anytime soon, because when you have big tentpole budget movies, all these movies that are being delayed and pushed back is simply because they can't afford to release them on streaming services, simply because they'd lose too much money. While movie theaters will suffer, they will never go away anytime soon, simply because they make too much money off of ticket sales. We will always have big tentpole blockbusters.
Okay, so we talked a lot about theater. We need to look at the other side of this, which is the studios themselves. Studios now have seen that, like, we don't really necessarily need theaters now. We can just put we can put some movies on streaming. So how, again, in this hypothetical scenario where everything goes back to normal in January 1st, 2021, how will the studios have, like, adapted to everything? And how will they continue to adapt? Now they, like, know what streaming and, paid video on demand can do.
I think they will still be releasing their feature films in theaters, because they have seen what the failure of streaming can offer them.
But I think with streaming, you'll see a lot more of, like, animated movies be successful on there. Oh, we need something for the kids to watch for 2 hours at home with nothing to do. Let's put on Disney Plus and show them Soul for 2 hours and they can watch that. I think movies like that are a little bit more smaller budget, animated, maybe more childish in nature, will be more successful when it comes to streaming stuff.
So, on the topic of streaming, I have a theory. When it comes to the release schedule of everything, normally in this binge culture that we live in, something is released and it's an entire season all at once, and everyone watches, 8 hours of Stranger Things, all in one sitting. With our current droughts of production going on right now, it seems like certain platforms, certain studios are taking a weekly release format, going old school, to try to stretch things out. Season 2 of The Boys was recently released like this. And the reviews for The Boys Season 2, even though it's a good show, they're just getting slammed with 1-star reviews because people have to be patient and wait. Will we have to wait weekly for something to be released?
I for one enjoy that type of weekly, the more episodic type deal of it instead of binging it. I like the feeling of anticipation, like all the build of coming and waiting a week for it. I don't think streaming is built for that. Streaming was built on being able to watch whatever you want whenever you want.
But I feel like it is good to be able to have something released weekly rather than you get the whole thing all at once, because it's like when you do binge something, you go through it so quickly and then you're like, wait, what did I watch again? I don't remember. I went through it so fast, and you're not remembering a lot of really good moments, a lot of good writing. It can be stretched out and everything, and I think that it helps. And I think it's just better for viewers.
Spacing things out definitely does leave more room for discussion,
That
just
too,
letting
yeah.
moments breathe.
You now get to gather with your friends between those releases and be like, what do you think is going to happen next? And you get excited. Anticipation is back.
And when it's all dropped at once, and you have to be like, oh, you're on episode 5. Oh, I'm all the way up to episode 6 already.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we feel like this situation will affect things on the creative side of production, so in terms of writing or ideas that are getting pitched and approved?
Yeah. Speaking personally, I've noticed that quite a few songs on my Spotify that have popped up that have been mentioning more and more of COVID or Corona or pandemic. It's becoming just a thing, and I hate it.
Or I bet you, I don't know, I think there is a TV show based off of retail workers.
Superstore. Yeah, good show.
But let me tell you, that would be a good representation, because I have shopped some groceries where people have tried today I shopped an order where they ordered 20 bananas.
And also South Park is coming back soon with a new pandemic themed episode. I know Always Sunny said they're going to do a pandemic episode. So it seems like a lot of companies are starting to go toward that route. So anyway, that's it for this panel. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for our next event where we all play some Among Us. Who's going to be the imposter? It'll probably be Dan, because it usually is Dan. He'll probably kill all of us. Yeah, he'll probably kill all of us, and he's going to enjoy every minute of it. So, stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching All Systems Go.
Bye-bye.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be, with the high purpose to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all. We approach this problem of reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite.
read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
The most recent gaming phenomenon is Among Us, also known as Space Flying Simulator. Look at those little bean people yelling at each other. You just have to love it. So we got our cast together to play a few games. Who will triumph? Let's find out.
Good luck, everyone.
We're gonna watch
Good luck,
Nation,
everybody. Good
yeah,
luck.
on Thursdays.
Alright, I just want to let everyone know I'm the murderer this time.
Away from me. Damn it!
Okay, so Dan is an imposter.
Yeah, we know, Dan. That's a victory.
Damn, that's a. How maniacal is Corey really?
Can he plan that far ahead?
But then again, he's quiet, so he is the one that you would expect to be.
Yellow with pink, and honestly, I'm sus of you too, brown.
Honestly, right now,
Matt,
I'm suspicious of Garrett
What?
and White because they were both in electrical, which my thought process would be they vented from medbay after killing someone at the top of cafe, and now they're in electrical.
I followed Garrett around for like a
I
good
mean, all you
minute.
have to do is stand there until a taskbar comes up. It's not going to prove anything unless you have a visual task. So do you?
No,
What?
Garrett
No,
would've
you
hurt
don't,
me.
because you don't have any tasks.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna hurt me.
I'm not recording. I'm
Good luck,
learning-
everyone. Good luck,
Guys.
everyone, and mute yourself when you're alive.
It's okay because I'm the murderer this time. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Very cool.
I finished all my tasks. I guess I just try not to die and try to find some bodies or something. Garrett. I don't like this. I don't like this. I just saw Garrett do it. I saw Garrett do it.
Okay, I believe Garrett did it.
You
I
lied.
believe
That was
Garrett did
you.
it.
I
You
saw Garrett
self-reported,
do
you
it.
piece of
I
garbage.
walked in that day and killed Kyle and then vented.
Oh no, dude! You literally self-report. I walked into you on top of the body, like self-report.
Hey, wait, hold on, wait. I saw Garrett right when the alarm was pushed, right when the report was on. You said you saw him in medbay and then he vented. And I saw Garrett. Who else did I see? I saw somebody else. But I definitely saw Brown.
I watched
Garrett. I first saw Garrett in Shield, and then he followed me up the cafeteria, and then he split off, and then I walked into medbay, and I saw him kill Kylan.
Oh no, it's totally not true. I went up in cafeteria and you went to medbay.
Goodbye, Garrett.
We hardly knew you.
This one's for Kyle.
Yes.
Go.
Blue, what tasks have you done?
Okay, let's see. I was doing all the electrical ones. I did the admin one. I did the one P-pad thing where you have to.
What's the admin one? What's the admin one?
Any visual task.
The card swipey one.
Okay, what's your visual task?
I don't know what that means.
There's one task that everybody can see.
Yeah.
The last one I have is, I believe, doing electrical. I don't know where because I didn't get a chance to go follow the the little arrow thing.
Okay, who did you kill this match?
Huh? I hadn't killed anybody because I'm not the imposter. And now I think you are. I think we're all voting out Dan.
Okay.
No, I'm voting Blue. That was way too long of a pause.
I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry, Nathan.
Who is saying I'm sorry, Dan? Oh, okay, it's Nate. Okay, that's fine enough.
No! Dude, you were with me the whole time!
No!
Darian, dude.
I'm so unhappy. I am so unhappy right now.
No!
In the dead chat, I said Brown killed me, and Darian said, I still really think it's pink. I said it, and I said who killed me.
Come back. I will help you. If you stab me in the back or eat my face or shoot me in the face, I will hate you. Don't you touch me. All I gotta do is... No, don't you touch me!
Yeah.
And he wants to kill her.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah, when I was dead and you said no one's gonna notice that dead body, and then everyone said, what dead body? No one decides to think, oh, maybe he knows there's a dead body because he killed it.
Well, that was Among Us. I survived to the end, so that's the important part. And remember, always be polite and let people know who you are. So just to make it easy on them, this has been Advanced Strategies with All Systems Go.
That was there was not enough yelling involved. It was not that exciting.
All right. That about does it for us tonight on All Systems Go. But don't worry, there's still more content coming your way. The extended cut of the video you just saw is coming soon. Later this week, we let Darian talk about Cat in the Hat for 8 minutes. You can find that video and more on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again real soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a dead body to report.